Hey everybody, this is Robbie with Robbie's Reptiles and welcome to the new reptile room. We're going to be doing a separate video on that, but today we're going to be unboxing, so far, my most exciting unboxing yet. Without further ado, let's get to the main reason you're here, and that's to see these crazy, insane, bright orange lily white. So let's go ahead and unbox them. These are coming from Steven Shepper. He is also known as Suspenseful Steve on Instagram. I saw these a couple of months ago and I was like, these are too good to be true. There's no way that this guy would sell them. Well, I started talking to him and what do you know? He decided to sell some to me. And I'm really excited for these because, of course, you know, I have a lot that I want to do with them. I want to introduce them to super soft scale. I want to see how that influences the color. But not only do I want to introduce them to super soft scale, of course, I want to introduce them to monochrome, and of course, I want to introduce them, or rather incorporate them into all of my other lily white projects. I think they're going to be really interesting. Dear favorite customer, enjoy your new geckos. Right off the bat, beautiful packaging. We have them in an insulated cooler. The weather's pretty great right now, actually. It didn't really get above 50 and it didn't get below 40, so very safe packaging. On top of that, we have a wrapped insulation pad. I don't know if you guys can see that. Wrapped insulation. Let me get these all out first before we start. We'll save the best for last. Yeah, we'll save the best for last. Incredible looking geckos. It's stuffed really well and we have plenty of cool packs in there, rather temperature regulating packs. Usually I try to put them in there at room temperature. Liquids don't like to change temperature very easily, so that's why it's usually a safe bet. If you don't want to have a hot pack in there, because obviously geckos don't do well in the heat, put a room temperature pack in there and the water should stay like that for at least 24 hours. Let's go ahead and open up these first ones though. So we actually got 3 total geckos from him, and he even taped these perfectly and even labeled them. Just, I haven't seen packaging like this before. What an experience. So we have our first female here. And it's going to be hard to see at the moment, but when they are fully fired up, they are some of the most unique shaded lily whites I have ever seen. Let's go ahead and get the second female out. 2 females that I'm going to be growing out currently. They're at about 22.5 grams, and both of them fire up to the most insane, bright, vibrant orange that you've ever seen. Some of the most unique lilies I've ever seen, and I really think there's a lot of potential with this. While they don't have the most expression, they do have the most vibrant color out of the 3, and I'm really excited to incorporate them into my super soft scale as well as monochrome lines. I want to see what happens. Originally, these geckos are all from a tangerine to lily white, I believe, and they just popped out with some insane colors even at birth. Now this male is only about 19 grams right now, but this isn't even fully fired. I've seen him much more fired up than this. This is some insane color. Just the absolute orange dorsal on this guy. Good head structure on all of them as well. And he has such impressive lateral expression. I'm hoping that it keeps spreading with age and he's nearly full coverage. We're going to be bulking this guy up. Lots of whey, lots of honey, and lots of bugs. I'm really excited for this guy, and luckily it is a male, so we're going to be able to incorporate him into a lot of different breeding projects. I don't know much about the tangerine gene, so if you guys know anything, let me know. I'm really hoping that it adds vibrance. I'm really interested to see what happens when you cross a lily white like this to a normal gecko. Do the babies come out tangerine? Is tangerine recessive? Is it just a trait? I don't know. Or is it like just a look? Or is it a line? I need to do some more research into it, but I saw these insanely colored lily whites and I just couldn't miss the opportunity, and I got them all for a great price, and that's why I needed to jump on it. But again, this male is the most impressive, I think. He's going to be a beautiful male breeder. He's going to be an absolute stud. And again, that bright orange color is just to die for. I absolutely love these guys. Some of the most unique geckos I've ever seen. Next up, we have the breeding pair that I got from New Day Exotics. As you guys know, I've bought from them before. I bought my super soft scale female from them. This is the super soft scale and soft scale breeding pair, or soft scale lily white breeding pair. Really excited for this one. Originally, I was going to be buying one of their super soft lily whites. However, I just thought it would be a more sound business decision to buy both of the parents that made it, and they agreed to that deal. So now, instead of having a super soft scale lily white that I'll have to grow up and then be able to breed, I'll be able to just keep making more super soft scale lily whites. So that's more exciting. And I believe they threw in a surprise gecko too. So excited to see what they threw in here. I believe it's a soft scale, not a super soft, but it's a soft scale hatchling. Currently, he is not fired up. He has an interesting green hue to him right now. This is a super soft, proven male breeder, decent head structure. He fires up pitch black, and when he's more fired up, his lateral markings look more white. He's kind of covered in poop right now because shipping can get a little bit gross sometimes, but we're going to clean him up. We're going to put him into his permanent enclosure, and he's going to be having a good time. We're going to let him cool down or hang out for like 2 weeks. Then we'll start pairing him and seeing if he is in the mood. But really excited for this super soft male breeder. Let's go ahead and open up the surprise baby. This looks like a perfect pinstripe soft scale. I know it's soft scale because both of the parents were a super soft and a soft, so it's most likely a soft scale. You can definitely see a little bit of a difference in person. Beautiful quad stripe, perfect pinstripe. Will I be keeping it? I don't know, but we'll probably grow it out and see what happens. It was a free baby, so I appreciate it. Now we have our second soft scale lily white. I'm really excited for this. Of course, you know already I'm going to be incorporating it into my monochrome lines just because I want to throw soft and super soft into everything that I possibly can. And it looks like a bog standard lily white, but it is soft scale. Soft scale is a little bit harder to tell the difference. If you use a macro lens and look at the scales on the head, you can see that there's a higher density of them, which is what has been noted as the soft scale. A little bit of a muddy base color, but that can be improved upon. I'm sure that she fires up a little bit more than this, and when she's fired down, that's when she looks the most impressive, almost purple when she's fired down. And soft scale is very interesting in how it interacts with the colors like that. Really excited for this female and adding her to my monochrome lines. And last but not least, we have our shipment from Gui's Geckos. Gui's Gecko. Gui Geckos. One of those. Now this is the most expensive, is it? Yes, this is the most expensive lily white that I have bought. I bought her for $3,000, but she's proven, beautiful head structure. I think she's chilling at like 67 or 65 grams. Absolute honker of a female. Proven, all that jazz. Great investment. Now you might be wondering, Rob, why are you getting so many lily whites when the lily white market is crashing and everyone is making really bad, cheap lily whites? Well, that's because the lily white market is crashing because people are just making really bad lily whites. I think at this point, lily white is more just a cherry on top, kind of like soft scale and super soft, but it should be treated just as similarly as a really nice extreme harlequin or a really nice quad stripe. I think it's just going to be another gene. It's not going to be some, ooh, it's a lily white. Now, work with it if you think it's beautiful. I think that lily whites are just absolutely beautiful, especially those unique ones. So I'm working with them because I like them and I want to see where I can take it. I'm not working with them to make a bunch of money. I'm working with them to breed beautiful geckos, and that's why I'm in this. Wow. Her name's Noodle. I think I might keep that name. Wow. Probably the best lily white I've ever seen, actually. And then we also got an absolute honker of a female. So let's go ahead and look into these. We'll start with Nessie. She's the absolute honker. Whoop, boxes are falling. This girl is weighing 72 grams with some of the best head structure I have ever seen. Absolutely crazy. They are both finishing up a season right now. Oh, look at her chunky face. I don't know if you can see that. Absolute honker. He actually just, Gui was telling me, I'm just going to call him Gui. I think that's his name. Gui was telling me that he used this female Nessie to pair with some lily whites, and they actually came out with some amazing expression as babies. So I'm really excited to see what she can do here. And you already know, of course, she's going to be going to monochrome. I want to have some amazingly huge geckos in my lines. I think that structure and size over everything is going to be the most important with separating your Crested Geckos from others. There's lots of people that have lily whites that are 35 grams. There's lots of people that have exanthics that are 35 grams. Find someone that has an 80 gram exanthic or an 80 gram lily white. I think those are always going to demand higher prices. Those are always going to be a sound investment, and they're always going to be the most impressive to me. So that's why I'm really trying to emphasize into really, really big geckos. I can't really tell what she is, but I know that she makes really good babies. Whatever you guys think she is, leave a comment down below. I'm not sure. We'll just leave her on my shoulder. She seems very calm. Now we have Noodle. What a name. I'll probably come up with something else. I saw this girl a couple of months ago, or I guess only 1 month ago, and I had to have her. Wow. I think she might be 70 grams, paper white, almost completely empty dorsal, no patterning at all, kind of like moonshine, but she has her tail. She does fire up a lot darker, but right now she's fired down and still a work of beauty. I am really happy about this. I think I might pair her to the super soft male that we just got. But you know I really want to just keep pairing lily whites to monochrome to see what happens. What an absolute beautiful lily white. I think this has to be my favorite lily white now. Anyway, thank you guys for watching today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe and all that YouTube mumbo jumbo, and I'll see you in the next video.